Welcome everybody back to my channel. I'm Leo Garcia and today we have another question. In financial debt with credit cards and I am looking for some advice to put me in the right direction. It reads, hello, I have been in financial hole for years now. I started once I got out of the military and went to college. By the way, thank you for your service. After I completed college, I'm not saying I made the best financial decisions, but there wasn't much I could do to keep up with the bills and my debt increased as I kept missing bill payments. Happens to the best of us. The debt mostly consists of a couple credit cards. For one card, I defaulted as I haven't been able to afford the monthly payments for about 4 years. Living in the Bay Area while paying high rent hasn't helped my situation. Yeah, that is true. Living in an expensive area like that, yeah. I probably owe greater than $80,000 now between my student loan, 2 credit cards, and another account. That's quite a bit. Debt collectors have been calling me for a while now. Yeah, they're going to come looking for their money, but I just haven't had the money to make payments. However, now I have recently found a decent job and I'm thinking about how I should approach the problem. Ultimately, I'm wondering how I could get my credit back to good standing. I still have a dream to own a home outside the Bay Area. That's good. Get something within your price range. To help resolve the past, I would like to make the best decision moving forward. Is there something that I could specifically reach out to do in order to find out what steps I can take to resolve this problem? Any advice would be much appreciated. Yes, okay. So my advice on this is gonna be, first, stop using the credit cards. Those are sinking you down. Second, focus on your debt, such as the smallest one. Start knocking them down one by one. Anything that's already in collections, let it sit there. Don't mess with it. Don't talk to them, leave them be. Focus on what you got because they're just gonna add stress in your life and you don't want that right now. Make sure you're still paying on your college debt, taking care of that. And if you can move into a cheaper place, I would highly recommend that too. That's gonna help you a whole lot, especially if you're in the Bay Area. That's really, really expensive. You wanna move into a way cheaper area. So if you're able to do that as soon as possible, I highly recommend that too. Go to work on getting yourself a good, decent job. That's always helpful to, maximize how much money is coming in. That's always, always great. So take advantage of that. If any extra hours comes through with that, don't be afraid to accept extra hours and get a second job if you have to, something on a part-time. But that would be my first recommendation for you, because I know it's overwhelming to see $80,000 looming over you in debt, and a lot of people would just start to crumble down. But don't focus on that like that. See it as, if you chip at it long enough, you can take care of it. You can do this. You can get out of this. It's doable. And especially, if you're aiming for a home one day and all that, you can do this. You will be able to do this. Now, one thing I would tell you not to focus on. I would tell you not to focus on your credit. You're saying here you want to be in good standing with credit. That's going to take a while for you to fix. Let that be at the back end of the burner. Don't worry about that. Worry about making sure your bills are paid. Make sure that you're starting to knock out the debt little by little. Don't worry about your credit report. You'll fix that way at the end. What else you're saying here? Also, you're asking, okay, also too, you're asking if we can point you in direction. I usually point people to Dave Ramsey. I think Dave Ramsey sends a good message. He's an extreme guy. He'll tell you cut up all your credit cards. Credit is something that he doesn't really focus on. He doesn't care for credit much. He believes everything should be done by cash, which is a good way to stand on. But a lot of people's jobs, a lot of society revolves around the credit. So to each their own. But I would point people in that direction because he gives you a good foundation to stand on with that. And, he's pretty consistent about what he says. He doesn't change it up. He's pretty consistent. So Dave Ramsey, if you're looking for somewhere or something to read up on and look into, be Dave Ramsey for financial help. Other than that, that's all the advice I can give for you. I mean, don't give up. Don't let this, beat you down. You can do this. Stop using your credit cards. Focus on your debt, paying one thing at a time. Don't focus on everything at once. Focus one thing at a time. Whatever's in collections, let it sit in collections. Don't mess with it. Other than that, if anyone else has any questions, always leave me a comment on the bottom or a question. Like, subscribe, and until next time, guys, take care.